house. And then once they reach the age of 5 and 6, it's our responsibility to send them to the madrasa. That they are sent to the masjid where they have Islamic education, a good Islamic education, so they receive their Islamic knowledge and tarbiyah from their teachers. So many of us as parents, we suffice for Islamic education, either, which is the worst of the worst, is we get an online tutor to read with our children for 30 minutes, bit of Quran, and that's the Islamic education. They have no relationship with any Islamic teachers, people of knowledge. They are deprived of an Islamic environment of the masjid. They're deprived of an Islamic community. And on top of that, subhanAllah, we have, after years of just, this is the Islamic education, they still can't recite the Quran properly. Because the teachers, they don't know how to teach properly. Or they're not qualified to teach. Or they have the title, but they have no experience. And subhanAllah, this is what we call Tajweed fraud. And Tajweed fraud, fraud happens in money, fraud happens in different businesses, and subhanAllah, fraud also happens in Tajweed. Fraud happens in Tajweed, where you pay for a teacher to teach your children online, half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, but the teacher doesn't have to teach at all. And after 10 years of Tajweed fraud, your child cannot recite a single line of the Quran with proper makharij. Can't recite the Ain properly, can't recite the Ha properly. Surah Fatiha, after 10 years of online tutoring, Surah Fatiha is with. SubhanAllah, this is a pandemic. And we as parents need to be aware of the Tajweed fraud that takes place. And they are with a teacher who cannot connect with them, cannot teach them about the life of the Prophet ﷺ, cannot train them through the challenges that they're going through in school, cannot discuss with them atheism, LGBT, all the different challenges that they're facing. So they're completely cut off from any Islamic guidance. And they're left with just reciting a bit of the Quran, and even that they can't do. So that's the worst of the worst. And this is just so as parents we can satisfy, so at least I've done something for my children. It's just for our own satisfaction. Yes, they're not going to gain anything from it, but just for we can be satisfied by, so at least I've done something, as a mother or a father. And then of course the other level 2 is when we bring a tutor into our house, and that's the be all and end all of the Islamic education. They don't receive anything else apart from that. Again, they're deprived of the Islamic environment. They're deprived of being in an Islamic community. They're deprived of having scholars do their tarbiyah. So the madrasa system has to be given importance to. It is the madrasa that the children, they learn their iman. It is in the madrasa that they learn what it means to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the maktab and madrasa system, this is where they connect to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They learn and understand who their messenger was, and they learn to love the messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. They learn to want to replicate the messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It is a madrasa system where they learn from stories of the prophets, from prophet to prophet to prophet, understanding who they were, taking them